What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Indiana Pacers where the goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, man. We just hit 1,000 subs on this channel. Now we're starting to road to 2K and we're already over halfway there, so I really appreciate y'all. But anyways, man, without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
So the Pacers went 35-47 this season. They just missed the cut for that final play-in spot, which is totally fine. They're in the early stages of their rebuild process, but already, man, they got a few young pieces that you can really get excited about. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rotation here. So at the one, we got the face of the franchise, Tyrese Haliburton. He's 23 years old, 12th overall pick in 2020. He began his career with the Kings. We got traded for Domantas Sabonis and really has developed into being their main player here in Indiana. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists this season. Yeah, man, it's shooting 40% from deep. Tyrese Haliburton definitely is the guy I want to build around here in Indiana. He's going to be safe regardless of what happens in this video. The same can be said about Bennedict Mathurin, man. This is their 6th overall pick in this past year's draft, and he really hit the ground running this season, man. I think he got off to a really good start, but kind of cooled off down the stretch. Either way, though, still a pretty solid campaign. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, the stats look good. He's still not much of a three-point shooter, you know, 32% from deep this season. That's definitely something he needs to work on, and he also needs to work on being more consistent on the defensive side of the ball as well. He's got all the physical tools, good size in the backcourt at 6'5". He's strong, he's athletic, but he's still got to piece all that together. Still though, 20 years old, he's obviously got plenty of time to do that, and definitely is going to be somebody who's safe throughout the rest of this video. Our first guy who isn't safe though is going to be Buddy Hield. Now he is 30 years old, and there's nothing wrong with Buddy Hield. I mean, I really like him, and in fact, I think a lot of competing teams would like him as well, which is why I'm thinking about trading him this offseason, especially because next season is the last year of his deal. So there's going to be plenty of teams who just want to take on this expiring contract and try to get 1 year of really good production as they make a title push. Obviously, Buddy Hield can help you do that, man. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. The 3-point shooting, you guys already know, 43% from deep this season. Elite shooter, man. He's been like that throughout all of college, throughout all of his time in the NBA as well. If I were a competing team, I would want Buddy Hield, but unfortunately, we're not looking to compete right now. You know, we're still in the early stages of that rebuilding process, like I said. So Buddy just doesn't fit what we have going on right now. I don't know if I can get a first-round pick for him, but I'm going to try to see what I can get in return, either draft capital or a young player. That's what I'm looking for, but either way, anything I can get back is better than just letting him walk in free agency the next offseason. So that's kind of the game plan there. Then at the 4, we got Jordan Nwora. Now this is definitely a hole in our starting lineup. He's 24 years old, came over from the Milwaukee Bucks, and I mean, has definitely shown some potential. 9 points this season, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, shot really well from deep, so that's nice to see. And at the age of 24, I mean, Indiana is definitely the place for him. We're going to give him as many opportunities as we can and just see what he can do with it. But with that being said, man, I'm far from convinced that he's going to be our power forward of the future. So we're going to bring in other guys, and it's going to be up to him to rise to the top. If not, then his minutes are going to decline. That's kind of the way it's going to work, man. We're going to have a bunch of young talent here, and we're just going to see who ends up developing the best. Then at the 5, we got Miles Turner. Now he's 27 years old and is probably going to be our best trade piece. I know the Pacers just re-signed him to a 3-year deal, but still, man, I feel like at 27 years old, he's just outside of that timeline that I want. So I think I'd much rather get some young pieces, maybe some draft capital. That's probably what I'm looking for, man. I already have a few trades in mind, but we'll get into that later on here in the video. Just know we're going to have options, man. There's going to be a lot of teams that want Miles Turner, and it's not hard to see why. He averaged 18 points this season, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and then he even shot above league average from deep, 37% as a center. So yeah, man, he can space the floor, he can protect the rim. I definitely think we can get something good. And again, if we were looking to compete right now, I would be trying to keep Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, guys like that, but they just don't fit our timeline right now. So I'd much rather just get some young pieces and draft capital. Then off the bench, we got another guy who doesn't really fit our timeline, TJ McConnell, 31 years old. Pretty much been putting up the same stats for the past few seasons, about 9 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. You know, he's a gritty defender. I think there will be some competing teams who want him, especially when you take a look at his contract here. I mean, less than $9 million next season, and then a team option for 9.3 the year after that. Assuming he doesn't regress too much, that's pretty good bang for your buck, man. So maybe we'll trade him. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to keep him, you know, having a veteran guard, someone who can mentor like Tyrese Haliburton and Bennedict Mathurin, because obviously we have a really young backcourt. There's definitely some value there. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to shop around all of these older guys, and if I find an offer that's good enough, man, I'm going to end up doing it. Taking a look at the rest of the bench, man, it's a lot of young players. Andrew Nembhard, 23-year-old rookie. I know that's old for a rookie, but still, man, for a second-round pick, the Pacers really got a steal here. You know, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, shot league average from deep. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate because I don't think he's ever going to crack our starting backcourt, you know, since we have Tyrese Haliburton and Bennedict Mathurin. But if Nembhard just ends up being our floor general off the bench, then I would definitely take that. Hopefully he doesn't ask for too much money later down the line once his rookie contract ends, but that's in the way future. Maybe even once the videos over if we win within the first 3 seasons. So I'm not really even worried about it right now. Then we got a second-year guy here in Isaiah Jackson, and he might be our starting center next season if we do move on from Miles Turner. I'm definitely interested to see what he does in a larger role because, as you can see, you know, he's been playing behind Turner, so only averaged 17 minutes per game this season, 15 the year before that. But I mean, he's looked pretty good in those flashes, man. 7 points, 5 rebounds. Not much of a 3-point shooter, that's for sure, but still efficient from down low. Will definitely take that. And I mean, the per 36 looks pretty good to me, man. So I've seen a few sims where Ijax ends up being a really nice starting center. I've seen a few where he doesn't. Hopefully he becomes a guy for us, but if not, like I said, man, the goal is to pile up on young talent, so I'm sure we'll have some other options. Then we got another young player here in Aaron Nesmith. Started his career with the Boston Celtics, 14th overall pick in 2020. Came over here to the Pacers this season and looked pretty solid, man. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. The 3-point shot coming along after really taking a step back last year. He's back to being above league average from deep, which is really nice to see. You know, we don't have a small forward of the future at the moment right now. I do think we'll get that in this upcoming draft. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I got some guys in mind. Either way though, Nesmith could definitely be a nice backup small forward for us. Similar to Andrew Nembhard, man. As long as bro doesn't ask for too much money, then I'm definitely cool with keeping him around. And the last guy in our 10-man rotation is Jalen Smith. Now, he began his career with the Phoenix Suns, 10th overall pick in 2020. He's 23 years old right now. And yeah, man, I think he's in the same boat as Isaiah Jackson right now, where he's waiting to get that bigger opportunity. You know, hasn't really played a whole lot. It's been an inconsistent role. 19 minutes per game this season, 18 the year before that. And I mean, he's looked good in those moments. 9 points per game, 6 rebounds this season. Obviously not much of a floor spacer. Smith is pretty much going to be in a contract year next season because there's no chance that he picks up that player option in 2024. So I'm really interested to see just how he progresses, you know, how he does with a bigger role once we move on from Miles Turner. Again, I think there's potential here, but we're going to have to just see how that plays out because as of right now, man, he's really one of those X factors where I just don't know what I'm going to get out of him. Now we got some guys who aren't in the rotation. We're going to breeze through these pretty quickly. Chris Duarte, this is a very old second-year guy, 25 years old actually, 13th overall pick in 2021. Had a pretty good rookie year since then though. Hasn't been able to carve out a consistent role with the team. He's going to have to progress, man. It's that simple. If he does that, then he can definitely compete with like Aaron Nesmith for those small forward minutes once we move on from Buddy Hield. But as of right now, man, I just haven't seen enough out of him. He's going to have to show me something. Then we got Daniel Theis. This is one of the veterans of the group, 31 years old, came over from the Boston Celtics. There's not a whole lot to say here, man. He's just a veteran presence in our front court, so I guess that's nice to have. But I can't pay that contract, man. I'm sorry. $9 million next season, and then a little bit over 9.5 the year after that. It's a team option, and if he's still around by then, best believe we're not going to pick it up because he'll be 33 years old by then, and I'm sure like a 73, 72 overall, something like that. Can't do it, my boy. Then we got an even older guy who probably won't be around for much longer. George Hill, 37 years old, 73 overall, on an expiring deal. I would imagine he's going to retire, so there's not much to say here. Then we got Oshae Brissett. He's a 24-year-old guy on an expiring deal. I'll probably bring him back just because I don't want to lose any young players right now. But similar to most of these young guys, he's going to have to progress if he wants to carve out a role. And then our last guy, man, James Johnson, 36 years old, expiring deal. I'm sure he's going to retire as well, so he's not a part of our future plans. But speaking of future plans, man, let's take a look at our 3-year game plan starting with next season. Season number 1, the goal is just to sell our valuable vets, man. That's Miles Turner, that's Buddy Hield, that's maybe TJ McConnell as well. Like I said, we're not looking to be competitive, so I want to get the most that I can back out of these guys. Maybe that's some draft capital, maybe that's some young pieces, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to be looking around a lot. For season number 2, I just want to narrow down the young core. You know, we got a lot of young pieces, and I'm going to bring in even more here, you know, with those veteran trades and also with our draft picks. So by year 2, man, I want to know who's actually going to be a real part of this young core, and the ones who aren't, then I'm going to move on from them. And then for season number 3, man, buy if competitive. I'm not sure if we'll be competing for anything by then. It's either going to be year 3 or year 4. I don't really know. But if we are in that position by the 3rd season, then best believe I'm going to make some moves to make us real contenders. But anyways, let's go ahead and simulate this thing. And they got the Denver Nuggets winning it in 7. Nikola Jokic Finals MVP. Shout out to him. All right, man. So my voice sounds a little bit different. It's actually because it's the next day. Something came up last night, so I had to stop recording. It's like 7 a.m. Your boy woke up early so I can get this video done for today. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe because once again, I'm on my grind, man. But anyways, man, we're here at the draft. We got the 7th pick, and there's a lot of good options, but I think the top one is Ausar Thompson. It's a bit of a stretch that he would fall here to number 7, but I have seen some mock drafts where that's where they think he's going to go. There's some scouts that are concerned about his shooting. There's some that are concerned about the lack of competition he's been facing at OTE. So he definitely could fall here to number 7, and if he does, man, that's an absolute steal. Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, and Ausar Thompson at the 3. That sounds really good. I'm a little bit worried about that 3-point shooting, like I said, especially because Benedict Mathurin isn't the best shooter either. But Thompson is a really good defender. He's super athletic. He's great in transition. that's a really good young trio to build around, man. I was interested in Anthony Black, you know, getting an oversized backcourt of him and Tyrese Halliburton, but I think the upside of Ausar Thompson is too much to pass up on. So let's go to make that pick, man. Ausar Thompson, welcome to the Pacers. And actually, your boy is not done. I want to make a big splash here on draft night, man. I got a trade in mind. Let me show you what I'm thinking. All right, man. So I'm trying to send Miles Turner to the Dallas Mavericks for Davis Bertans, the 10th pick in this year's draft, and a 2025 pick that's top 10 protected. Obviously, the Mavs went all in this past trade deadline getting Kyrie Irving, but they still need to add some more pieces if they're going to contend for a title, which is obviously what they want to do. I think Miles Turner would be a really good addition at the 5, especially if they move on from Christian Wood. You know, he's a free agent this offseason. It doesn't seem like they have the best relationship, so I would think he goes somewhere else. But even if he does come back, he could play the 4, Turner can play the 5. I think it's going to work either way. And then for us, man, I would just rather have some draft capital than Miles Turner at this point in my rebuild. He's 27 years old, doesn't really fit the timeline. That 10th pick, man, there's one guy in particular who I really hope will be on the board still. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, I'm super excited about that. And then the 2025 pick, it should convey, because as long as they have Luka Doncic on the team, they're not going to be bottom 10. So really, it's 2 first-round picks for Miles Turner. I'm also going to get Davis Bertans here. Technically not an expiring contract, but when you look at it, team option on that next year, I'm obviously going to decline that. So I think this trade works out for both teams, man. Let's go ahead and see if they'll say yes. They want 2 second-round picks. Sure, bro, why not? Miles Turner, thank you for your service. And we're just going to keep this thing going, man. Is my guy going to get picked? It's not Anthony Black. That's fine by me. And it's not Grady Dick. I'm super excited about this, man. The guy who I want to get is none other than Taylor Hendricks. I think this is the perfect fit in Indiana. He's a power forward who can space the floor, man. Elite 3-point shooter, which, like I said, we are going to need because Benedict Mather and Ausar Thompson not really going to do a whole lot for behind the arc. I think Hendricks is going to help out a lot with that, man. And also, he's one of the best defenders in this class. So this is honestly a no-brainer. Taylor Hendricks, welcome to the Pacers. And believe it or not, we still have 2 more first-round picks, man. This one is pick number 24. I think I want to go with Kris Murray. He's probably going to be off the board in the top 20, but you never know. He's 22 years old, so maybe some teams will pass up on him and he'll fall a little bit. I know we just got Taylor Hendricks, but we're still early on in the rebuild to where I just want to go with the best talent available, not really the best fit. So Kris Murray to me is the best option, man. Let's go ahead and make that pick here. And we do have another pick coming up at pick number 28. I'm hoping a certain guy doesn't get selected, and it doesn't look like he did. This is an easy one. I'm going to go with none other than Nick Smith Jr. Now, I think he's probably going to go in the top 10, but he did miss most of his freshman season due to a knee injury, so it wouldn't be too unrealistic for him to drop a little bit. The shot creation is the big thing here, man. He could really be a spark plug off the bench for us, so I think that's a pretty good pick, man. Nick Smith Jr., welcome to the team. And if you ask me, man, we were the winners of the draft. Ausar Thompson, Taylor Hendricks, Kris Murray, and Nick Smith Jr. I'm super excited about that, man. That's a dub. So taking a look at player progression, we got a lot of green arrows, man. Tyrese Halliburton joining the 90 club. He's up 2 to a 91. Benedict Mathurin up 2 as well. He's an 81 overall now. Buddy Hield went down 1, but that's totally fine. There's still going to be a contending team or 2 that wants to trade for him. I'm not sure what that package will be like, but we're going to find something for sure. Then we got a lot of other just gradual increases, man. I mean, this is a really good sign. It's a young team, that's for sure, but I'm super excited about year number 1, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm starting off year 1 by trying to send Buddy Hield to the New York Knicks or Evan Fournier, and they're picking this year's draft. They need a new backup small forward because I guess Josh Hart left in free agency. He had a player option, so he probably declined it and went somewhere else. They also need some scoring punch on the second unit, man, because I think Emmanuel Quickley is going to be starting for them now, so they definitely need someone who can get buckets, and I think Buddy Hield will be a really good fit. Now, we are going to get Evan Fournier's contract, but it's kind of similar to Davis Bertans, team option next season that we would decline, and then we're going to get a pick, man, which is all that I'm really looking for right now, draft capital and young players. So will they say yes to this deal here? They want Kris Murray. That's not gonna happen. You got jokes, bro. I'll give you guys some second round picks. In real life you wouldn't have to do this, but for 2K purposes we will. They want another second round pick. It's a pick swap. Sure, bro, why not? Buddy Hield, thank you for your service. So I think that's it for year number 1, man. I don't know why we have so many red arrows. Guys are upset, I guess, but it is what it is. We got Tyrese Halliburton at the 1, Benedict Mathurin, Ausar Thompson, Taylor Hendricks, and Isaiah Jackson. It's a young starting lineup, man, but I feel pretty good about it. Off the bench, I got Andrew Nembhard, Chris Duarte, Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, and Jordan Nora. I'm not even finding minutes for TJ McConnell. I would trade him away, but he's on an expiring deal, bro. I'm going to keep him just so that way we have some veteran players, you know, mentors, that kind of stuff. That's another reason why I'm keeping Evan Fournier, also Davis Bertans. So I don't think we're going to be too good this season, man, but that's honestly the game plan. Be bad, get another draft pick, and continue to build that young core. So let's go ahead and sim this regular season and see how it plays out. All right, man, so we went 39 and 43. Honestly, I was kind of hoping we'd be worse. Like, that's not a great spot to be in, where we're probably not going to make the play-in, but we're also not going to get a great pick. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Luka Doncic MVP, putting up absolutely insane numbers. 44 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists. That's insane, man. But anyways, let's go ahead and keep this thing going here. We do not have anything that concerns us, anything on these All-NBA selections. Ausar Thompson, All-Rookie First Team, that makes sense. And also Taylor Hendricks, All-Rookie Second Team. You'll love to see it. And apparently we did make the play-in, bro. That's, I mean, cool. Like, we're going to get a little bit of a playoff experience, if you want to call it that. But I was kind of hoping we'd be worse, man. We're the number 9 seed, so I guess shout out to him. But I'm not going to lie, I'm not too happy about it. Taking a look at the stats, Tyrese Halliburton, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals. Come on, bro. Doing his thing, shooting that thing well from deep. Bennedict Mathurin, 39%. We love to see that. Taylor Hendricks, 36. Ausar Thompson, still a work in progress. But, hey, man, this is a really good young core that we got going on here. Like, these 4 guys, that's going to be the building block of our future. And then we got a pretty nice supporting cast as well. So I'm definitely not mad at it. Let's go ahead and see if we can make it out of this play-in. I don't really want us to, and we don't. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, man, let's go ahead and sim this thing. So we're probably going to get a pick, like, I don't know, man, towards the end of the lottery. Maybe we can move up, maybe we can't, I'm not too sure. But anyways, it's the Warriors and the Celtics in the finals, and it's the Celtics who are going to win it all, led by Jason Tatum, finals MVP. Shout out to him. But now it's time for the moment of truth, man. What are the odds looking like? Yeah, 13. Not too great, man. Let's go to see if maybe we can move up here, as we ended up being number 13. We did get pick number 16 from the Knicks. That's the Buddy Hield trade. Let me stop complaining, man, because at the end of the day, I think we're in a really good spot. Let's go to draft night and see what we can do. So I'm a little bit conflicted, man, because Ron Holland is available here with pick number 13. He used to be a Texas commit, but he decommitted. Now he's looking to like the G League, something like that. For those that don't know, I did go to UT. I mentioned that pretty much every video, so I'm sure you guys do know that. But I'm a little bit salty, man. I wish he was going to be playing for my Longhorns. It is what it is. I'm still going to pick him up here, man, because we're just looking for the most talent available. And Ron Holland is definitely that. He's a super versatile defender. He definitely has some offensive upside as well. He's a 6'9" small forward with good size. That's a pretty easy pick for me, man. Welcome to the Pacers. And I'm not going to lie, man, I don't know a whole lot about the rest of the 2024 class. I see Kyle Filipowski here with our 16th pick. I'm not convinced that Isaiah Jackson is going to be our center of the future, so we might as well bring on Filipowski here, see if maybe he can be that guy for us. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to go in the lottery, so at pick number 16, that's an easy one. So we got to bring back 2 players. The first one is Jalen Smith, 12.99, 2 years. I think that sounds pretty good to me, and it looks like he's cool with it. I also need to bring back Jordan Nwora, 9.75, 3 years. That sounds pretty good as well, and there we go. And I guess the Bulls are trying to offer Tyrese Halliburton 4 years, 151.6 M's. He's a restricted free agent, so I got to match it. And yeah, bro, I mean, that's an easy decision. Obviously, I want to win a title with Tyrese here in Indiana, so if that's the price tag, that's the price tag, man. I got to pay it. So it's nothing but green arrows here, man. In player progression, that's great to see. Nick Smith Jr. up 4 to a 76. Keegan Murray up 3 to a 76. Yeah, man, we got some pretty decent sized jumps, like Taylor Hendricks up 3 to a 79. This is a really young team, man, but I feel really good about our direction here. Let's go to season number 2 and maybe make some noise in the playoffs. So the rotation for year number 2 is going to be Tyrese Halliburton, Bennedict Mathurin, Ausar Thompson, Taylor Hendricks, and Isaiah Jackson. Same starting lineup, but off the bench, we got Andrew Nembhard, we got Ron Holland, who's actually getting 20 minutes as a rookie, bro. I know that's a lot, and it says he's from Texas, which still hurts, but he's 19 years old, 77 overall. I'm going to throw him into the rotation and see what he can do. We also got Jalen Smith, we got Aaron Nesmith, and then our last spot, I mean, there were a few candidates here because we have so many young guys, but I'm going to give it to Chris Murray, man. We need like a backup power forward. I think he's our best option. So I think this season is going to tell us a lot about our team, man, because like I said, we just have way too many players. At some point, we got to decide who's going to be a part of our future and who is not. That's probably going to happen this upcoming offseason. But for right now, I really think we can make some noise in the playoffs, man. So let's sim this regular season and see what it looks like. So we went 57 and 25. The boys were hooping this season. Super exciting stuff. Luka Doncic MVP still putting up crazy numbers here. Do we have anything that concerns us? Does not look like it. Let's go ahead and keep this thing going here. Anything for the Pacers? Yeah, never mind. We do have all rookie second team. Ron Holland, that makes sense because we gave him like 20 minutes per game. We'll take a better look at the stats here in a bit. But we are the number 2 seed, man. That is pretty wild. Let's go ahead and take a very quick look at these stats here and just see what that's looking like. So Tyrese Halliburton, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 14 assists, 2 steals, I mean, that's like all NBA territory, honestly, man. Still shooting ridiculously well from deep. Bennedict Mathurin above league average just a little bit. Taylor Hendricks as well. Ausar Thompson still coming along. But like overall, he's still doing really well too, man. 19 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Like this is still a really nice group of players here to build around. And even like Ron Holland did his thing. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. We like that as well. Yeah, man, we have so many options on this team. This is super exciting. Let's go ahead and see what we can do in the playoffs, though, as it looks like we're going up against the Orlando Magic in the first round. They got Drew Holiday now in the mix, which is interesting. They also got Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. Alrighty, man. It's a pretty good team. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit worried, but let's get into this thing as we win game 1. Okay, we win game 2. That's nice. Oh, are we just going to sweep them, boys? Okay, we're not going to sweep them, but gentlemen sweep. Come on, bro. Don't play with me, 2K. Let's not do this, man. We're going to make this a 9-man rotation. I guess we're taking away minutes from Kris Murray. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and bump this thing up here for Tyrese Haliburton, Bennedict Mathurin, Ausar Thompson, Taylor Hendricks. Like, we got to bump all of that up, man. Let's go ahead and do it like this as well here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, man. This looks pretty good to me. I think I'm pretty cool with this. So never mind, we still got 3 minutes left. Fix this manually. Okay, let's do it like that. Cool. All right, bro, is that gonna be enough to avoid blowing a 3-0 lead? It's not. Come on, bro, don't do this to me. I'm just gonna simcast it, man. Surely we're not gonna blow a 3-0 lead, 2K. And are we really about to do this, man? Are we really about to do this, man? That is brutal, bro. As we almost came back, but yeah, man, we blew a 3-0 lead to the Orlando Magic. First time in NBA history that's happened. That is extremely disappointing, man. And I mean, they made the conference finals, so that's nice. But bro, I really thought we would at least win 1 playoff series this year. Instead, it's the Golden State Warriors beating the Celtics in 5. I'm not going to lie, that's tough, bro. It looks like we have 2 picks in this upcoming draft, man. Number 25 from the Dallas Mavericks. That was that top 10 protected one in the Miles Turner trade, so it did convey as we would expect. And then we also have our own pick, number 28. Honestly, man, I think we got way too many young players as it is. I'm probably going to look to package these and make a move because at this point, man, I'm ready to start winning some games. That last series really annoyed me. So let's go to draft night and see if we can make a move. So I've been sitting here thinking about it for a while, man, and I think what we really need is like a veteran older guy off the bench who can just provide some stability for us. I think OG Anunoby could definitely be that. There's obviously the Indiana connection, you know, that's where he went to college. And taking a look at the Raptors, man, it's time to hit the reset button. They haven't made any moves yet, and they haven't really had any playoff success either. So I think it's time for them to look towards the future. I'm going to give them 2 young-ish players here, Jalen Smith 25, Jordan Nwora 26, but really it's the 2 first-round picks that is the most valuable thing. So let's go ahead and see if we can pull this trade off, man. Will the Raptors say yes? And they will. Done deal. So we brought everybody back in free agency, and taking a look at player progression, man, we have some pretty crazy jumps. Taylor Hendricks up 4 to an 83. Same for Ausar Thompson. That's great to see. Ron Holland up 4 to an 81. Nick Smith Jr. up 3 to a 79. Like, bro, nobody is regressing. This is a young team that I think is really starting to hit its stride. I'm excited about year number 3, man. We definitely need to get some playoff success, though. Maybe like the conference finals. I'm not too sure, but let's go ahead and get into it. And you know what, man? Before we get into year number 3, I think it's time to really cash in and make a big move. I'm going to try to get Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz. Now, this is a team that's still one of the worst teams in the league record-wise. They do have Kyrie Irving, but like they're still very much looking to rebuild, get as much draft capital and as many young pieces as they can get. Kris Murray, that's a promising young player. Kyle Filipowski as well. And then 3 unprotected first-round picks. I mean, this seems like a pretty fair trade to me, man. For us, we're finally getting that starting center of the future. I've been looking for that pretty much this entire rebuild, and I think Walker Kessler can be that guy. So is this going to be enough to pry him away from the Utah Jazz, man? Let's go ahead and find out. And it is. Walker Kessler, welcome to the team. And just like that, man, I feel really good about this team. We got Tyrese Haliburton, Bennedict Mathurin, Ausar Thompson, Taylor Hendricks, and Walker Kessler. We had to give up a lot for him, man, but like I've been saying earlier, it was time to decide who's going to be a part of our future and who is not. We couldn't just have all of these guys here with some of them just sitting on the bench, not even getting PT. I think that was the right time to cash in and make a really big trade, man, and we pulled it off, getting someone who I think could really be a difference maker for us. Then we got Ron Holland off the bench. We got OG Anunoby now, Andrew Nembhard, Isaiah Jackson, and Nick Smith Jr. I mean, we still haven't found minutes for like Aaron Nesmith, Chris Duarte, but I feel like we finally figured out who's a part of our foundation and who's not, so that's super exciting, man. And I know I said conference finals earlier, man, but now at this point, I think we can win a championship in year number 3, which would be pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and give it a shot, man. We're going to sim this regular season and see how it plays out. So the boys were hooping, man. We went 61-21. Brandon Miller got MVP, putting up absolutely crazy numbers, man. And Kyle Filipowski, Rookie of the Year. It's kind of like when they got Walker Kessler in that Rudy Gobert trade. They bring in Kessler, and he ends up having a great rookie season. Now they've got another good young center in Filipowski. They also got Chris Murray, and they got 3 first-round picks. So I think that trade worked out for both teams, man, especially since we're playing well also. Let's go ahead and take a look at these awards here. Do we have anything that concerns us? And it does not look like it. Alrighty, man. We are the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's a little bit surprising. The Detroit Pistons, man, 63-19. Shout out to them. But when you look at this team, man, I think we can win it all this year. Tyrese Halliburton, Taylor Hendricks, Benedict Mathurin, Ausar Thompson, all of them averaging 20 points per game. That's insane. We do round up around here. I know Ausar's at 19.6. But then our bench, we got Ron Holland, Nick Smith Jr., forgot to mention Walker Kessler. Like, this team is stacked, bro. I really think we can win it all this year. Let's go ahead and get into it, as they're going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. So they got Jose Alvarado, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Leonard Miller, and Joel Embiid. No more James Harden, I guess. I don't know where he's at, but it doesn't really matter to me. Let's go ahead and get into this thing as we win game 1 here. We win game 2, 3-0. Are we going to sweep them? No, okay, we're not going to sweep them. Gentlemen sweep. Bro, I'm not going to do this again, 2K. We blew a 3-0 lead last time around, and here we are in trouble once again, man. So I messed around with the rotation a little bit. The starters are getting a lot more minutes. The bench, not so much, but it is what it is, man. Is that going to be enough to avoid a game 7 here? As there we go. Okay. Thank you, man. So now we're going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go ahead and check out the matchup. They got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Dean Wade now at the 3. Thompson should definitely dominate there. Then they got Evan Mobley, and they got Jared Allen. It's a really good team, man, but I think we can beat them. Let's get into this thing as we lose game 1. Okay, we bounce right back. That's nice. We're up 2-1 now. 3-1. Can we gentlemen sweep them? Wow, okay. Hey, so we gentlemen sweep them, but the Sixers give us a scare. I don't get it. Either way, though, we're going up against the Magic now. They got Drew Holiday, Kelly Oubre Jr., Cam Whitmore, Paolo Banchero, and Bobby Portis Jr. It's a good team, man, but I think that we're better. Let's get into this thing here as we win game 1. Okay, we're up 2-0 now. 3-0, and we clean sweep them. Wow, okay. So we're here in the NBA Finals going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey, Nasir Cunningham, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. It's another really good team, man, but can we win it all? Is it win game 1 there? We win game 2. This is a little too easy, man. Okay, they win 1 game there, and there it is, man. The Indiana Pacers have won a championship, led by Tyrese Halliburton, Finals MVP, 30 points, 4 rebounds, 17 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Jeez, come on, man. 53% shooting from deep as well. You love to see it. This video definitely was a fun one, man, and honestly, this is one of my favorite rosters that I put together in recent memory, man. Like, if this were a 10-year rebuild, we would definitely go on to win like 4 or 5 championships, something like that. But it's only a 3-year rebuild, man. Your boy's work is done here. Now I gotta edit this video so I can publish it today, because yeah, I better get to that. I'm on my grind, man, per usual. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. We just hit 1,000 subs on this channel. Now we're starting the road to 2K, so if y'all could help me out with that, I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, man, this has been 2KJ. Blessings.